Hi, Dyslexic Genius here. Pardon me. We're back on the Victrola 9. We've done a lot of work on the motor board. Now we're going to go to the spring barrel. So if you do the motor board properly, like I did, you give the spindle shaft one turn and it just runs. Now, why do we do this to these parts? When we hook the springs up, it lets the springs really drive power to the spindle shaft and makes the machine run a lot smoother. Now we got to put everything back together with the spring barrels. There's a few things we have to do. Remember in my previous video, we had the bent shaft right here. So I sacrificed a drill bit, and that fits in this hole right here. Now what arises on Victors sometimes, like this one, you see the scratch mark? Well, that's where the machine tool was pulled out quickly in machining. Then what happens is this gear in the ratchet, this is for the winding crank mechanism, and this is the drive from the spring barrel. When you put this on, it slides on. This is too, and it shouldn't do this. This is too loose. Yes, you have a pin that goes through here that fits into here, but this piece here is too loose, and you don't want this to wiggle out. So how do we fix that? Very simple. We get two machinist blocks, or you block it up any way you want, and you go, well, I got about 1/4 of an inch there. Now you take a center punch, and right above where the pin goes, and you just put a few center punches around there, and one down here where the pin was going. And this is just going to burr out the metal a little, and it's going to hold it in place better. And that should work. So then you come in and you go, see how it stops now? So when we press it together in the final assembly, everything will be good. If you're wondering what spring it is, I got this from the phonographshop.com, and this is a Q47. That's the nomenclature number for Victor 9 spring, if you wanted to know. Now, what we do is we take this, the shaft that goes through all the spring barrels, and we have the arbor here, which hooks up to the spring. But what we do is we bend this in a little. Remember in the beginning, I took a screwdriver and I bent this stuff out? Well, we get in here with a pair of long needle nose, and you just kind of bend that around till the arbor, this piece, just fits in there like that. And then, because this barrel goes in here, so we have to blindly hook up this to here. So I put all that together, and that goes like that. So what you do is this cap is going to go in here. But we're not going to knock it in place till we get the whole barrel together, because it makes assembly much easier. And then this cap here will rest in here like that. So what we do, it's STP time. So we're going to put STP right here where the end cap runs on. And you want a lot of this, because this will never get oiled again, and you're oiling right here. There we go. So we're going to stick this down like that. So you have the notch, you put that in, it runs there, you turn it. So you come in, everything right, it hooked up. Now we have that one hooked up. We're going to center this one. The same thing. Remember I said we're going to have to STP here too, because this all goes in this way. So more STP, because it's right here, it's running, this edge right here of the arbor is running on the part of the spring barrel in here. And you run it down the shaft a little. I got that one a little too tight, so we're just going to open it up a little bit, like that, just a little bit. There we go. And then this fits in here. And then you will tap this down with a brass or rubber mallet, and then we'll make sure everything's hooked up. And then we'll tap this in with a small punch on the side. After we have everything set, we know both springs are hooked, and we have knocked this in with a brass or rubber mallet. Then you'll just come in with a small punch like this and go tap, tap, tap. And that's all there is to it. And then we're going to do the final assembly and bolts together, and we hope it starts up. And that's my tip for the day.